In this video, we're going to talk about how you can land the best high-ticket sales jobs, the ones where you can get paid the most money. So we're going to talk a little bit about interviews, how to stand out, how you can get these high-paying jobs without any experience. So let's get into it. If you're trying to make money in high-ticket sales, getting the right job is the only thing that you should be focused on, not the training, okay? So the number one thing that you need to do is when you go on an interview, after you have the interview, you need to follow up with them. And this might sound totally stupid, but absolutely zero people that I speak to do this. They go on interviews and I'm like, did you follow up after the interview? And they're like, no. Okay, that's a problem. So what people do is they will have an interview and then you'll feel good about it. You'll be like, damn, that call went really well. Like, I did amazing. I killed it. That job is mine. And then like a week goes by and you don't hear anything and you're like, well, what happened? I thought the interview went great. Well, sometimes what happens is hiring managers will not get back with people to see who follows up. They literally do this. And the person that does follow up gets the job, as long as they had a good interview, obviously. So think about it from their perspective. They're having to pick between several good people, and they need a way to determine who is the best hire sometimes. Because lots of times, multiple people would all be good fits for the role, so they'll do something like this just to help them pick because they don't like picking or they don't really know what they're doing. So there's like, well, this guy followed up. Seems like he wants it more. He gets the job. Now, not every role is going to do this, but it's still a good idea in general to follow up with everybody that you interview with. I'm telling you, this may sound dumb, but no one is doing this. If you do that with every interview, it makes you stand out because most of the people that they're speaking to are not following up. Think about it like this. If you're the person that's interviewing everybody and you talk to multiple people that would be good fits, how do you make a decision? It's difficult. But when one of those people follows up a day or two later, that looks good to them and now you are top of mind for them. That is the point. So when you first get off the interview, immediately send them a thank you message. Hey, John, it was really cool to meet you. I enjoyed our call. I enjoyed speaking with you. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Quick and short, whatever. And then a couple days later, you want to reach out if you haven't heard anything. Hey, John, I just wanted to let you know I'm still very much interested in this role. I enjoyed talking with you about blah, blah, blah. Try to hit on some point that you talked about in the interview. I'd really like to be a part of this business and help you guys grow and scale. I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever, something like that is perfect. What you say, word for word, is not as important as the fact that you are following up. Key point to remember. Now, on the note of doing whatever it takes, number 2 is going to be firing as many shots as you can. One thing I have found in common among all the people I know that make lots of money and who are super successful at anything, every single one of them is just constantly doing shit all the time. So they're just taking a ton of action towards whatever they want. And if the average person saw the amount of action they take, they would be like, it would break your reality. You'd be like, oh, this is the type of action a really successful person is taking. And most people are just constantly not doing shit. You know how I know? Because I primarily help and engage with beginners. And like 99% of them are not even doing anything. They're just consuming content. They haven't taken any action. Is that you? Okay. Think about it. What did you do today, literally today, to get the things that you want or move closer to your goals? Probably nothing. Did you do anything today besides watch YouTube or look at your phone or work the job that you hate? You didn't do anything today to move closer to your goals, and you wonder why you're in the same spot. You're going to do the same thing tomorrow, the same thing next week, the same thing a month from now, the same thing a year from now, and you're going to be in the same spot forever until you die. And if you did take any action, the people that I talk to, it's typically the bare minimum, very, very bare minimum. And quick side note, whenever I say these things on videos, like I say this all the time, like, hey, what actions did you take today to move closer to your goals? Like everyone watching, they'll instantly excuses will come up. Oh yeah, well, da-da-da. Oh yeah, well, you're an idiot. Oh yeah, well, I have this, but you didn't take any action. Take some action. Just turn this fucking video off. Start taking action. It'll change the entire trajectory of your life. You don't need any of this information. You need to take action. Now back on point. Successful people just fire a ton of shots all the time and they just take way more action than the average person. They don't consume YouTube videos. They just start doing shit and they figure it out through doing. That is the actual secret to success that I have found. The information is crippling you. It's literally paralyzing you. You don't need any of this fucking information. You need to take action. But anyways, most of these successful people that are taking all these shots, sure, lots of those shots go nowhere. But that's normal. You aren't nailing the bullseyes if you're missing a ton along the way. So when you see someone who's got millions of dollars or they have anything that you want that's like really cool or they're super successful, whatever it is, all you're seeing is the final result. But you're not seeing all the shots that they took that they missed on the way to getting there. Or even currently, the shots they're taking every day that they're missing all the time. Most people in general just don't take enough action. And like I said, when I tell this to people, they have a laundry list, Rolodex, fucking encyclopedia of excuses and copes as to why. Or I'll start tomorrow. And then they say, I'll start tomorrow for the next 9,000 fucking days, and they never start. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to get through to people. But if, in the terms of high ticket sales, most people in general don't take enough action at all. So they don't do enough work. They don't apply to near enough roles. They only apply to like one role, or they do a few reach outs and then they wonder why nothing's working for them. Because they did outreach for 4 days and got no results, and they think that's enough work. I can tell you this for sure from working with a large amount of people who, again, are near the bottom and are beginners, important context. And helping these people try to get into sales and make money online, most people don't take anywhere near enough action. Not even close, bro. Like, they're not even hitting the 1% mark. And that is why most people don't have anything cool or the things that they want. So just take more action. Unload the clips every day, even when you don't want to. So what I do is I basically will overkill everything that I do. So whatever amount of work I think it's going to take to achieve whatever it is that I want, I will do double that amount of work from the jump. That's just how I approach everything. So how much work do I think this will take? I'm automatically going to do way more than that, which your brain is going to try to trick you into not doing, which we're about to talk about. So a lot of times what people want to do is when they go to do something, they're like, all right, how much work is this going to take? Or what's the necessary amount of actions to get something? Let's talk about the gym. People go to the gym and they're like, well, I did 3 sets for 10 on this exercise, and then this other guy said to only do 2 other exercises or I might overtrain. This is fucking nonsense. When I first started working out like over 10 years ago, bro, I was at the gym lifting weights for like literally 3 to 4 hours a day. I was at the gym lifting. I probably did like 30 to 40 sets, and I lifted 7 days a week for like 2 years straight. I'm dead serious. There was a period of time where for like 2 years, I didn't take 1 day off of weights. Nothing bad happened to me. Guess what? I got fucking yoked. Whereas the average person goes to the gym, this is the amount of correct work, the bare minimum, 3 by 10, and then they fucking never look like they work out. Am I getting the point across? So that's what I'm talking about with outreach and applying. How many jobs did you apply to today? Was it 10? Do 20 more. Did you outreach to businesses on Instagram and you did 10 of them? Do 40 more, right? Just when you get to that point where your mind is like, you've done enough work, now you're just getting started. I hope that makes it more clear. So when you go to do that extra work, your brain's going to lie to you. It's going to say, you don't need to do that. That's too much work. That's overkill. Why you trying so hard, bro? Like every fucking normal sheeple in the back of your brain since the beginning of time when you were birthed is going to be popping up, right? Sitting on your shoulder. So it just tries to psyop you into doing the bare minimum because it doesn't want you to do anything uncomfortable. Because it views extra work as a waste of resources that could go to your survival. That's why people want to do the bare minimum, because your brain is not evolved out over thousands of years yet to realize we live in this soft, safe society. So any type of extra work, it's like, wait, you might need those resources because you might die, get eaten by a fucking saber-tooth tiger or some shit. So it hasn't evolved past that yet, and that's why. So just tell your brain to shut up and just do overkill. Do more work than you think is necessary. And that is the actual key to success that no one else is talking about. You just need to do more. At the end of the day, the more actions that you take, the more real world feedback you're going to get, right? The more things that you try, the further ahead you're going to get, the faster. And the path is going to open up and you're going to be able to see things in reality instead of imagining them and wondering through YouTube videos and information, which tells you nothing about reality. So in the context of getting a really good remote sales job that you want, where you can actually make a lot of money, you should need to be applying to as many of them as you can find. Like that 2 to 3 hours you're watching Netflix, why don't you spend 2 to 3 hours applying to jobs? Even if they look like scams, who cares? It's better than doing nothing in front of a screen. You know what I'm saying? And I even recommend applying to the same role multiple times. Once you have verified this is a good role, maybe you got rejected or you went on an interview, they didn't hire you, just reach out to them again like a few weeks later. I've had people in my program get jobs on like the 8th follow-up message. The 8th time that they messaged them, and every message before that went unread or they got left unseen. So do you have the balls to message someone again and again after they keep leaving you on scene and not replying? If not, you should start doing that. And even if you get on an interview for a great role, to kind of circle back because I got off topic there, if you follow up with them and you still don't get it, or you went on the interview and you didn't get it, you can apply again in like a month. Sales has an extremely high turnover rate. Do you know how many times a business owner hires a salesperson, they think they're going to be a good fit, and then like 2 weeks later, they're like, this person's a fucking idiot. You're fired, right? Now they've got the role open again. Whereas 2 weeks ago, you thought you got beaten out by this more competent person, when in reality, they just psyoped the business owner better than you did. Go apply again. Message them again. Sales has an extremely high turnover rate. You never know when a salesperson is going to drop out. It happens all the time. Why do you think, like that's the whole point I exist, because good salespeople are so hard to find because they're always turning over. So if you are persistent in sales, you will get a great job. Persistence is the key quality of the best salespeople. So why wouldn't you be persistent as well for the roles that you want? It's the same thing. If they see that you are persistent, and in the example I use, like you went on an interview, they've already spoken to you, and they already kind of know you, they're like, damn, this guy is persistent. He was kind of a good fit. He did have a good call/interview the first time. You were just highly likely to get that role, all because you got over your discomfort and went back into the battlefield and applied, messaged them, outreached again. And if all of this sounds like too much work for you, this is not the channel for you. There are plenty of other people on YouTube who will lie to you, that will oversell you the dream and undersell you the work. That's what everybody else does. That's why I don't do that, because I fucking hated that shit. I'm like, you just wasted my time, bro. You feed me this fucking bullshit. Fuck you, right? I hated that shit. So there's all those other people will do that for you if that's what you want. You just want to feel good. You don't really want to achieve results. Go watch their shit. That's not this channel. All right? You can go buy into their program or course and they will leave you out to dry. If you want to be lied to, this is not the channel for you. People who are promising you that you can make 10, 20K a month with like no effort and 2 hours a day, and it's a super easy, bro. I've got the best, most efficient way. They're just lying to you. That's not a real thing. Anything when you first start, and I think I talked about this on my stories last night, anything when you first start the reason most beginners never succeed is because everything is hardest at the beginning. Duh, you've never done this before. You have no idea what you're doing. You have no skills. You have no leverage. It is hardest at the beginning. Succeeding at like sales, business, money, you have to face the like hardest boss on level 1 because you're an idiot. You've never done this before. It's not like a video game where it gets progressively, the bosses get harder, right? The hardest one is at the beginning. And then you get a little better and it gets a little easier. You get a little leverage and now it's like a snowball. Like I can go to the gym and I talked about this before. I can do whatever I want and I just stay jacked. It doesn't matter. I've gone like 2 months without lifting weights because of business stuff. Didn't lose anything just because I've been doing this so long. It's the same with business and sales, bro. The hardest shit is at the beginning. Anything when you first start is going to take work and perseverance at the beginning to get it going or to get it to the spot where you're making that kind of money that people are promising you. Lots of work. There's no secret that you're going to find on the internet. It's going to be the magic trick, easy button, super hack that you are hoping to find. It doesn't exist. But if you're honest with yourself, that's what you're constantly seeking. The easiest way where you don't have to do that much work, right? Now, high ticket sales is the easiest way I've found for anyone to make like 10K plus a month because you don't have to start a business. A business has all these other responsibilities and sales is just one, right? But you will still have to do hard work. You still have to do hard work at the beginning and beyond. Nothing will ever be as hard, though, as it is in the beginning. So just remember that line. Nothing you try to build or do will ever be as hard as it is in the beginning. And most people will quit before they even get past like level 1, bro. And that's why success at anything eludes them. I see them With this, in my DMs, they try to get into my program. I see them at the gym. It's all the same. People can't get past level 1. Now, lastly, a good way for you to stand out when you're applying for these roles, and one is going to be something that works insanely well, all right? So just look at the kind of role that you're applying for or you're reaching out to. Whatever it is that they're selling. Is it a coaching program? Is it B2C? Is it B2B? Whatever it is, just take a look at their product or service. And then what you should do is open up a Google Doc and write out a 1 page, 2 pages max. Okay, it doesn't even need to be 2 pages, just very short and to the point. Write out a sales process or a sales script that you would go through to sell this to a potential client, to a person. And it doesn't have to be anywhere near perfect. The point of this is to do something that no one else is willing to do. No one else that they're interviewing with is also providing them with a Google Doc like, hey, I just came up with this makeshift sales process for your product. This is how I would actually sell this if you hired me. Now you're providing them with a real world example of your value. But what are most people doing? They're just going on the interview like, please, can I have a job? Please, sir, I'm so desperate, right? But here you are providing some value. You did some homework. You look like a fucking rock star. And it's a 1 page, bro. 1 page Google Doc. So the way I would do this is look at the product or service and then think about what are the pains or problems that people have who are buying this. And remember, this doesn't need to be advanced. It can be so elementary, it's not even funny. So why are they buying this product? So what you don't want to do is write about all the features of the product. You want to write out a script or sales process that speaks to how this product will solve a specific problem that a prospect would have. So what's an example? Let's say it's a fitness coaching program. You don't want to say, oh, our program is 3 months longer than any other program. It's got 5 times as many workouts, 10 times as many meal plans. This is boring. They tuned out in the first sentence. Prospects do not care about this stuff. They don't care about the features of your product. But what do you see all over your feed and in ads? People trying to sell you on the features of their product. Well, this is so amazing. You've got to buy this. Look at all these extra things we're going to give you. But you don't really care about that. You care about yourself and your problems. So instead, what would you want to say? You'd want to say, hey, with our program, once you complete this, you're no longer going to feel insecure when you go into social situations. You're going to feel way more confident because you look so great. You'll be able to date again with confidence. You're going to feel more confident at work. You're just going to feel more happy in your own skin. It's going to improve every aspect of your life. You see the difference? Like, that's what speaks to people. That's how you sell people on things, as long as it's right for them, obviously. But that is sales. People don't give a shit how many months longer your program is than this other clone fitness guy they saw, okay? Or, hey, get 1 month free. They don't care about this stuff. They care about, how does this help me? What if I give you money, what is this going to do for me and my life? That is all a prospect ever cares about. It does not matter what you're selling them. So write out a short document and just freestyle it. Make sure the grammar is correct, obviously, and then send it. Don't overthink it. Again, it doesn't have to be, you're not getting graded here. This isn't a test, right? You're just providing them with a piece of value that you took the time to put effort into. That is all that matters. The act of doing this is so impressive to anyone who is hiring. They're not going to judge your doc as hard as you are going to. So if you do these things, it would be impossible for you to not stand out and just succeed in life in general or land a really good high ticket sales offer. You're going to get consideration and land the role over other more qualified people who aren't putting in the extra effort or doing these things. So that's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.